Hello and welcome to another Glenn Maney Talks Chelsea. And yesterday at St Mary's Stadium, Southampton, it was Southampton 0, Chelsea 6. And after the week we've had, losing 4-1 to Brentford and 3-1 to Real Madrid, wasn't that a tonic, eh? Wasn't it a tonic? And you know, Friday I actually thought it was coming. I watched Tuchel's press conference, and whilst he was the diplomat as ever, you could tell he'd ripped them all a new bumhole, and well deserved as well. But yesterday, Southampton haven't been on a great run of form, admittedly, but they still got some decent players. Yesterday, we didn't give them the chance to compete. We were everything yesterday that we weren't against Brentford and that we weren't against Real Madrid. Now, it started off a little bit dodgy, I'll be honest, because Rudiger gave Mendy a dodgy back pass. I think it was after about 3 minutes, and I thought, oh, here we go again. But I needn't have worried. Later on in the game, Mendy made his only real meaningful save of the game when it was a cracker. Southampton should have scored and he stopped them. This is the guy that some of our fan base wanted kicked out of the team because he made a mistake against Real Madrid. Probably in the top 5 goalkeepers in the world, they wanted him out and Kepa back in because of a mistake. So he made a great save yesterday. Rudiger, after that dodgy start, didn't put a foot wrong, and we always had Southampton on the back foot. And so it was that after 8 minutes, Marco Alonso scored the first one. And what an assist it was from Mason Mount. Back to goal. Could see Alonso coming, and he sort of used his foot and sort of brushed it towards Alonso. Hit it first time. And the one thing that Alonso can do is finish. And to be fair, we're 3-1 down to Real Madrid. You might as well lose 10-1 as 3-1. So I would play Alonso as a left wing back against Real Madrid on Tuesday night. Let me know what you think, but I'm in that camp. Let's have a real go at them. And if we're going to go out with all guns blazing, because we have got ability. So yeah, so we were up with Alonso, and shortly after, in the 16th minute, we went 2-0 up with a brilliant finish from Mason Mount. Do you remember Mason Mount, the homegrown player that we're always biased for? People wanted him burnt at the stake after the Real Madrid game because he had 2 or 3 below par performances. People wanted him sold. People were saying how rubbish Mason Mount was. I say people, I mean Cabbages, of course. And yesterday he came back to form. He had his haircut yesterday, and I reckon it was like a reverse Samson effect. Remember Samson Delia? He had his haircut, super strong geezer, had his haircut, couldn't lift a paper bag. Well, yesterday Mason Mount, he's been playing pretty poorly while he's had that sort of quiff thing going on that he keeps grabbing hold of during the game. And yesterday he had his hair cut off, and yeah, what a strike in the 16th minute. Good work by Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who was playing as a right wing back, and what a finish. Keeper didn't stand a chance. And as Mason Mount rolled away from the goal, going like that to the Southampton crowd, I wonder if in his head, because it'd been going through mine, I would have been that's for the Chelsea Cabbages as well. Great to see the young lad hit a goal like that. And then in the 22nd minute, something strange happened. Something that I wouldn't have expected. You know, I was thinking, what's the least likely thing to happen today? Probably my horse to win the Grand National, to have a winning lottery ticket, and third thing, Timo Werner to score a goal. But he did. He had a sprint from the halfway line. I think it was Bednarek, that was chasing him. He did everything the Timo Werner of the old Leipzig days would have done, and actually cut across his player instead of going on the outside like he's tended to do for Chelsea. Cut across, pulled the keeper out, went round the keeper, a lovely calm finish. I had to look twice, I didn't know if it was Timo Werner, because by that point he had already hit the woodwork twice. He did a post with a right foot shot, and he hit the crossbar with a header that he must have practiced on in training missing, because it should have been in the back of the net, and he's hit the crossbar. So I thought, that's just Timo, isn't it? But he'd been working his socks off, and it was nice to see him back in that frame of mind anyway, because when he's working and when he's assisting, the goals don't matter so much. And he is a problem when he's on his game. He just hasn't been on his game lately. I think he's just given up. So perhaps a bit of man management from Tuchel, a kick up the old bottom, and we had Timo Werner back yesterday as well. And he was unlucky not to add it to his tally in the 31st minute. Lovely run again. Looked as if he was going to shoot once. Dummied past the defender. Looked like he was going to shoot a second time. Goalkeeper took that dummy hook, line and centre. Went round the goalkeeper, and then what did Timo do? What would you expect Timo to do? He hit the post. But as it come back, Kai Havertz was stood there for a tap in, so it didn't really matter. So there we were, 4-0 up after 31 minutes. We had other chances in that first half. Timo Werner, surprise, surprise, Mason Mount and Kai Havertz could all have scored more goals. But Fraser Forster, to be fair, I think he was Southampton's man of the match. Their goalkeeper was Southampton's man of the match, and that pretty much says it all, doesn't it? We were that much in control that at half time Tommy Tuchel took Kai Havertz off, obviously to save him for Real Madrid, and put Pulisic on. Pulisic didn't pull up any trees, I'll be honest, but he was hard working when he came on. Could have scored. Then again, most of the teams, only Mendy didn't have a chance. After 49 minutes, we went 5-0 up. Werner, yeah, it was good work by Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and then Mason Mount, and they put Kante through. Had Forster to beat. Forster pulled off a brilliant save, but it went straight to Timo Werner. I don't know what was wrong with him, but he missed the post and the crossbar, and it went in between them. So that was another goal for Timo Werner after 49 minutes. And in the 54th minute, well, it was like a pinball in that Southampton area, and Timo was involved again, but it went out to it finally came to Mason Mount, who slotted it home for his second of the game. Well deserved. And as he rolled away like that to the Southampton crowd again, I was thinking, I bet that's the second one for the Cabbages. Well done, Mason Mount. In the 63rd minute, Reece James came on, and for Thiago Silva, and that meant that Ruben Loftus-Cheek sort of fitted in as an additional centre half, and he did fine there. To be fair, we weren't under an awful lot of pressure. And then in the 69th minute, Ziyech came on for Mason Mount. They're obviously resting that little genius Mount for the Real Madrid game. And yeah, Chelsea could have got another 4 after that. It was crazy. Forster, 4 more great saves. Do you know, if we'd won that game, I mean, it was a good save from Mendy. If we'd won that game 12-1, it would have been about representative of what that game actually was. Really, really good to watch. So, I'm going to go straight on to the players' scores now. Mendy gets a 7. Really good save. Distribution was good yesterday. Looked really concentrated. Looked back to the old Edouard Mendy, even though he didn't have an awful lot to do. Right wing back, we had Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Always a problem. Obviously, we lacked a little bit defensively with him, but we didn't need it. And going forward, he was a menace. He was an absolute menace. I'm going to give him 7.5. And we had Christensen. gets a 6.5, where Thiago Silva gets a 7 and Rudiger gets a 7. To be honest, it was so quiet. Rudiger's runs forward, as we expect, weren't as frequent. I think Tommy's probably had a little word, but when it was needed, we pushed forward. The defence being so advanced really helped a lot. Marco Alonso, cracking goal. More positive yesterday. Not so many of these passes back. It looked as if we'd said, come on, enough. And he's crap defensively, but he's great going forward at times when he's in a positive mindset. He's just trying to cross the ball in, or he's trying to shoot. Lots of good crosses. Obviously, one excellent shot. Could have had another one actually, but one excellent goal. And for that reason, 7.5 Marco Alonso. In the middle, we had Kante and Kovacic. Now, Kovacic yesterday was all over the place, and Kante looked back to his best. Kante seemed to be less intent on going forward, although that said, with the Timo Werner goal, he was forward. And he seemed more content to sit behind Kova, who made loads of great runs and was so busy all afternoon. I think Kante and Kova has got to be our two in midfield against Real Madrid. Let me know what you think. 'Cause I know there's a lot of Jorginho fans out there, but I just think having to pull back a 2-goal deficit, we've got more energy in there. Even if we put 3 in there and stick someone like Ruben Loftus-Cheek in there with him, strong, combative, and positive. That's what we're going to need on Tuesday night. Let me know your thoughts. So Kante is going to get an 8 and Kova is going to get an 8.5. Kova unlucky not to get my man of the match award, but someone just pipped him. So in front of them we had Timo Werner, who gets an 8 from me. 2 goals, put a proper shift in, showed us how much he likes wood. He likes wood more than a lumberjack. He does, that fella, because as I say, crossbar, post, whatever. If ever there's a competition, he's got to. They should actually record this. He's got to have more posts and crossbars than anyone else in Premier League history. Just gotta. And we had Mason Mount, who is my man of the match, with 9 out of 10. He hasn't been at his best lately, I totally agree, but yesterday he was back to somewhere near it, and what a player he is when he's on fire. He stuck it right up the Southampton fans that were giving him stick. He stuck it right up the Chelsea Cabbages, who wanted him sold, abused his family, and all the other shite that these absolute cretins get up to when a player has 2 or 3 bad games nowadays. So well done, Mason Mount, you're my man of the match. And Kai Havertz gets an 8. All over the place. He is a Rolls Royce of a player, as I've said before, and he's a problem. He's a problem to anyone. Yesterday it was just nice. Some of his skill is unbelievable. Hardly ever wastes a ball. Just pure quality, and he's only going to get better because he's still a young lad like Mason and like some of our other lads. Reece, you know, he's just going to get better because they're still learning the game. They might be internationals, but they're still learning the game. Not going to score the subs yesterday, but I'm going to give Tommy Tuchel a 10. A 10 because whatever he said to them after the Real Madrid defeat, you could see yesterday they were playing for him. He was smiling again. Don't know if his missus has come back or something, but he was smiling again, and he said in the press conference, he said, look, I just told the team what I thought. He said, and that included them as individuals, them as a team, and me as a manager. I've let the side down too. And I thought to myself, how humble and how true, you know. And it was good to hear that. And you could see yesterday they had a spring in their step. They had a point to prove, and they were playing for the manager. So well done, Tommy Tuchel. To lift them after those two defeats took some doing, and you know what? I'm not expecting us to go through against Real Madrid, but I have gone down and well, I put a cheeky little £20 on at 7-1 for us to get through to the semi-final of the Champions League. So, you know, I have got some hope. I don't just bet on total duds. So yeah, looking forward to Tuesday night. I think we should be playing basically the team that started yesterday. Maybe, well, with Reece James at right back instead of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Maybe Chalobah instead of Christensen. Let me know what you think. I'm thinking purely for speed. And maybe put 3 in midfield. Have Ruben Loftus-Cheek in midfield for his physicality and his positivity, and maybe drop Werner. But if not, play your two and keep Werner there and say have a right go at them, because he's going to be a problem for any side. If Mason's on his game like that and Havertz is firing on all cylinders, we have got a chance of beating that lot by 2 goals, trust me. Fingers crossed. Hope they don't make me look silly. So please subscribe to the channel and throw the video a like if you like these, and speak to you after the Real Madrid game. Up to Chelsea.